Y'all keep it going for Brian Babylon. All right. So, who here likes Mars, huh? Who likes the planet Mars? Give it up for the planet Mars! All right, you know, my little brother, he really liked the planet Mars. In fact, when he was in kindergarten, he wrote a book called Freddy Krueger on Mars. And this was a book where, like, the teacher writes it out ahead of time, and then he goes back in and draws all the pictures, right? So it starts off pretty normal. You know, it's like, Will woke up, that's my brother's name. Will woke up one day and he saw a rocket ship outside of his house. So he got on the rocket ship and he rode it all the way to Mars. And Freddy Krueger was there. And then this is where it gets, like, pretty crazy, because he stuffed in 5 or 6 pages of Freddy Krueger just running around and slashing naked women, and, like, blood is pouring out everywhere, and like, it's disgusting, and, like, and it's horrifying. And in each corner of every page, my brother's drawn a sad little crayon-drawn boy version of himself, like, silently watching Freddy Krueger murder everybody. And then on the last page, as if he hadn't just witnessed hundreds of bizarre space murders on an alien planet, he's smiling and waving goodbye, and it says, "Well, thanks for showing me Mars, Freddy Krueger. I gotta go." So, yeah. So, who here got a really good sex education class in middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't me. We had a sex education class in 6th grade where they separated the boys and the girls, and we had a 78-year-old nurse teaching it, and she had an anonymous question box, so you can ask anything you want, right? So you don't have to be embarrassed. So I slipped in a little question of my own I've been wondering about. I wrote down on a piece of paper, what is a queef? Because I wanted to know. I wanted to know what it was, what it really was, for real. And then, so she goes through the question box and she sees my question, what is a queef? And she just crumples it up and she doesn't answer it. So the next day I'm like, guys, we have got to find out what a queef is. We have got to stick together on this. So we all, like, write down what is a queef over and over again, and we stuff it into the box, right? So she gets up to the box and she opens it up and she goes, well, now it's time for the anonymous questions. And she sees, what is a queef? 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 And then this dude who's like 15 years old in our 6th grade sex education class goes, man, these little motherfuckers want to know what a queef is. A queef is when a girl farts out her pussy. And everyone's like, yeah, awesome, Adam, you're so cool. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, asshole, but what is it made of? Is it pee-pee bubbles? Is it an extra lung? What is it made of? We got a nurse. The nurse isn't going to tell us what it is. She's like, a queef? Why, in my day, that was a hat with a feather in it. So this may come as a surprise to some of y'all, but I have spent a couple New Year's Eves at a mountain house. Me and my boys, when we all graduated college a semester late, we all decided to rent a mountain house together, just the dudes. Dudes only, no chicks allowed, 15 of us. And so the first thing we did was we took a whole bunch of painkillers, and then we drank a whole bunch of beers and got super fucked up. And then what we did was we ripped out all the clocks in the house, because no fucking clock was going to tell us when it was New Year's Eve. We're going to do it on our time. This is our New Year's Eve. So we ripped all the clocks out of the house, and then we found this Christmas tree on the side of the road. And so we soaked it in gasoline and lighter fluid, and what we were going to do is at the stroke of midnight, I was going to put grain alcohol in my mouth and breathe Everclear Fireball into the tree, and it would go up, and that would be how we celebrate New Year's. So the thing about Everclear is that while I was practicing all day, and Everclear soaks into your cheeks, so I was getting super drunk all day, and then they're like, come on, man, come on, it's time, it's New Year's Eve, let's do this, and I was just completely drunk, and I'm dribbling grain alcohol all over myself, and they're just carrying me down to this tree, right, and they've got it right by the river, in case shit goes wrong, someone can sidekick it right into the river, and we're cool, right, so they get up, and they're like, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year, and I go, with the lighter, and the tree fucking fucking explodes. It's a gigantic fireball, and then I'm on fire. My hand is on fire, my shirt's on fire, my face is on fire, because I'm dribbling Everclear. Alcohol is all over me, and I'm going, no, oh no. And like, my friends are running to help me, and they're trying to pat me off, you know, like they're patting me down, and then this happens, and this can only happen when guys are drinking by themselves without any girls around. I hear this dude giggling, and while everyone's patting me down, he's punching me in the stomach over and over again, and he's laughing about it. And the thing is, I wanted to laugh too, but there was no oxygen around my face because I was on fucking fire. So they finally get it out, and the guy's like, kicks the tree, and it goes down, but it doesn't go into the riverbed, it goes into a pile of leaves next to the river, so the whole shore goes up. So we're hopping into the riverbed. This is in December. It's freezing cold in the mountains, and we're like, you got that bucket? No one's got the bucket. So we're doing this with our hands to try to put the tree out. We're splashing water on it like this. And then finally, like after an hour, we're tired, and we're burnt, and we smell bad, and we're super sore. And then my buddy Fayaz looks at his watch, and it's fucking 9:30. Okay, let me tell you guys one more quick thing. I want to tell you about how I met Smokey the Bear for the first time. So I was in preschool. This was my last year in preschool. I was 4 years old. And the teacher comes in and she goes, boys and girls, we've got a very special guest today. Smokey the Bear is here. And I took off my jacket and I threw it up in the air and I went, yeah! And that was it. She was like, Andrew, no, because I've been bad the rest of the week, so that was my last strike. So she sent me to the bad kids' room alone by myself while Smokey the Bear was coming. So I'm in there, I'm crying, and I'm so ashamed, and I can just hear roomfuls of laughter of children echoing up and down the hallway. I'm like, oh man, I'm missing it. I'm missing Smokey the Bear. And finally he comes into the room and he sees me alone, and he doesn't know why I'm in there. He's an actor in a bear suit. He doesn't care. But I'm ashamed. He's like, why are you in this room by yourself, little boy? And I'm like crying, and I turn around and I go, because I was bad. And he's like, okay, what the fuck? Well, he's trying to calm me down. He's like, well, what's your name, little boy? And I was so ashamed that this is what I said. I went, oh, Smokey, I don't have a name. And he goes, okay, well then I'm gonna call you Brian. And I'm like, what the hell, Brian? No, Brian. And like, I couldn't, but no words would come out of my mouth. He goes, see you later, Brian. And he starts walking down the hallway, and in my head, I'm screaming, no, Smokey, no, my name is Andrew. My name is Andrew, but it's not coming out of my mouth. And I'm thinking, oh my God, Smokey will never know who I really am. And anyway, that's how I met Smokey the Bear for the first time.